Hello, everyone. This is Benjamin. I'm here to just do some chess stuff. I haven't done this in forever, so bear with me. I'm gonna go ahead and do some puzzles, and then I'm gonna play a few games, and hopefully, hopefully you learn something. I'm gonna do a 5 minute one. So, it's been a little while. All right. The first couple usually is back rank checkmates. Rank, basically take. King is checkmated. All right, black to move. I'm assuming white's going this way, so if I take the rook, it's for free. Oh, wait, white's going. Oh, okay, so it's the other way around. But I'll make a queen first. Okay, so basically, if I'm white or black, it's going this way. It doesn't matter. Okay. I said black to move, so I thought something different. This is a back rank checkmate. Looks a little more complicated, more pieces on the board. All right. I forget what kind of mate this is called with a knight and rook. Knight's over covering this square, so it's checkmate. Yeah, checkmate that is. This takes the queen and pretty much wins the game. If I take it, he can take it either way. So that's doesn't look like. Wait, that's his queen. All right, this is checkmate. Much better. All right. I'm like, oh no. Definitely, check and then checkmate. Next move. Take this. The bishop is defending it. So it's a check, and then take the pawn and be mate. King can't move over here because of the knight. Knight has these covered. All right. So black is going down. Black to move. Oh, I'm black, so I'm going up. I'm assuming this is first. And if he follows, I go, he calls check. I move up. He can't do much after that. Cool. I only have one piece to go. All right, wait to move. Wait to move. This rook is here. Queen, pawn. So if I take and call it check, he'll move up one. I'll take, call it checkmate. He can't move here because of the pawn. He can't move down here because of this pawn. All right, they didn't make me do the whole thing. This is checkmate. Here's a bishop and the rook. This is a good, that's a nice pattern. You should always know the rook and bishop checkmates. They're very important to remember. This check is dangerous because this rook is blocking the king off. He can't move. The queen has to defend, and you take it, and it's checkmate. So it's checkmate in two. All right, white to move, white to move. If I come here and call check, he can't go here because the knight's defending it. These are covered. He can move here or here. The king can go here or here. So let's say if I call check, he goes here. If I call check with the pawn, he will move down. And then the rook can call check, and that'll be checkmate. He can't go down here because the knight. The king has this square covered, the rook has the rest covered. So it's checkmate in 3. 1, 2, and this is defended by the knight, by the way. That's why he didn't take it. And this is good. All right. Checkmate threats. If I call check, he's forced to take with the queen, leaving this undefended. And then I put my queen in, call check. He's going to move up, and that'll be checkmate. If I try to go here first, he'll just take with the queen, and this is defended. So everything will. So the order is super important. Just first, checkmate in 3. This is a nice pattern. This right here is a checkmate. The king can't move because of all his pieces, and the knight can jump over pieces. So only the knight can do a checkmate like this. Only the knight. I like that. I learned that through the Budapest Gambit traps. The pattern. Check. And then This is check to bishop, and that's mate. I normally do a lot higher, but I'm explaining. That's fine. Black to move. Let's see here. There's a lot going on, but I don't have time to explain it. So 17, not too bad. I haven't done any this week. It's for only one. Yeah, I always do a lot better. So I've done a lot of these. So about, I guess, close to 200, I guess, because I usually don't get below 17. All right, let's play some games. Trying to see if anyone's on, but can't really tell too much. Where's the chat? I'm not sure if I have the chat on or not. Here's the chat. Okay. I'm not going to put the overlay on. I'm going to go ahead and just play some games. I might win, I might lose. I have no idea. And my rating for my blitz is 1300. My rapid is like 1600. So very different. Blitz and rapid. And that's because I my initial thoughts are not always correct. And if I can analyze 3 or 4 moves, I usually do a lot better. So that's why I do better in rapid. I don't have a lot of automatic chess understanding. This is the perk. It's very normal, like the classical variation, which, yeah, it says right here. And I castle. This setup right here, I've played a lot, hundreds of times. Not thousands, hundreds. When I do in thousands, it'll be a lot better. I wanted to take this. Normally, I can't right now because the bishop's not here. If the bishop was here, I can easily take. And then if he takes back, it's a simple fork. It doesn't really do much besides an even trade, but it also opens up the line for my bishop, so that's why I like it. It's a little cheap thing that I do. Now, he's trying to come in. I can't. Sometimes when I can, I move my pawn up, but in this case, I just lose a pawn. You just take it. So it doesn't really do much. If I attack the bishop, he can just bring the bishop down here. I'm not sure if I can move around it or if it's that important or not. So let's see. He can just come down to trade it. Like, it's not preventing him from trading it. So it seems kind of useless. I think this is a better idea. If he takes, I'm not sure if I should move my queen or not. I'm losing a lot of time, so I know for a fact this is good. I'm not sure if my queen's supposed to move or not, or if I'm supposed to take first. But all right, that works. Take here, and knight should take. If he takes, okay. Well, I'm hitting the queen now, so he's hitting the rook, but I'm hitting the queen. So I get 2 pieces for 1. Unless his queen goes here. He didn't do it, so I get 2 for 1. He had a way to avoid it. I moved the queen up. We didn't see it. Always give your opponent chances to make mistakes. If you see 2 different ways and one's wrong, one's right, and it's still even if he gets it right, it's important to play it because we're not masters, so people blunder more often and you win more games that way. It's a really simple trick. Attacking my knight. I don't care too much because if he takes and I take back and he takes, my rook is able to come in the game and attack here. So I should be moving my pieces to attack this pawn. My bishop can't right now. I can go over here though. This pawn's in the way. I can just take this pawn. No, I can't because of the knight. So if I move back, he takes, I take, queen takes. He's defending here. So I can't. I can like bishop first and then try to take. So I can always do that. I'm going to go ahead and try to, that was weird. I think he did a pre-move by accident. I think it was a mistake. It's a 0.1. I think he yeah. I feel a little bad. I don't know what he's doing. Not entirely sure why he's playing like that. Maybe I was playing really well and he probably thought I was cheating. That's usually that happens a lot. It really sucks that people do that. I think it ruins people. That's my only guess of why he's been playing super random, unless he blundered by accident and then decided to play whatever. But I'm glad I have chat disabled. Always have chat disabled, unless you enjoy the trolls. I don't. I don't like it too much, so I usually have my live chat disabled. So, all right, that's pretty much game over for that one. He's not resigning. He's just letting time run out. So you see what happens when people do that. So just don't do that to people. Just resign. Um, all right. I think. Oh, he's watching. I'm surprised that he's the same person as I'm playing against. That's not very normal. All right. Yeah, I always disable chat because sometimes people say weird stuff to me, and there are times people have accused me of like cheating and stuff, and getting mad over something simple. So I just, you know, all right. This is kind of like a Scandinavian, but the knights here kind of makes it difficult for an a5. So I'm assuming he's going to go back to d8 because this usually goes along with this. It usually triangulates bishop, this bishop. That's usually the normal way people play the Scandinavian. With the knight here, I'm assuming he's going to go here or here. That's like really weird setup. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Yep, I kind of figured. Um, Pinning it is kind of normal. I mean, he can just defend it, or I can go for this pawn. Not sure which is better. I really don't know. I also can try this. Just looks a little weird, but if he goes here, I fianchetto, I castle, and then I do a pawn storm queenside, which is I'm thinking that might be better. I'm gonna go ahead and do that since I'm unsure of where my bishop goes on this, on what would be better and why. I know for a fact if I go here and castle that I can start doing a pawn storm with my pawns at some point and try to win that way because I have 4 pawns to his 3, and I'm castled kingside. So he has 4 over here, but I'm castling kingside, so it doesn't really matter. All right. Let me see here. This is nice. Nice idea. Push the pawn up. My knight is protecting it, so it's not a real threat. I can castle and even put my rook here because of his king. So it's not a real threat. It looks a little dangerous, but it really doesn't really mean anything. Now, if he goes f4, he'll be reinforcing it, which might be a little bit something else. Then I'll be forced to make sure he can't. Okay, he's not doing that. This right here would have been a bit trickier for me. I don't know if it was good or not, but it definitely been tricky. Let me see here. This blocks off this square. Yeah, I think this right here might be a good first move. I also don't like the idea of the knight being able to come in for this square at some point. So I kind of want to move this knight out the way. And the rook and this knight can be together, so I can push this up, so I can bring it out. So I want to get my queen out the way because of the pin. So this would help bring the queen out and also protect. You gotta find multiple. You gotta moves that find multiple reasons are usually the best moves. Multiple reasons of the move. Multiple functions. There you go. When you make a move in a piece, if you can find multiple functions, there you go. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do that now and get this situated and ready, so I can start doing my pawn storm. If we trade, that's fine. We're not trading yet. Now, if I move this, I would be making sure my knight doesn't go back, but I'm attacking two pieces. So if he tries anything strange, I can take one of them. Like if he tries moving one out the way and try to trap it somehow, I don't really see how he can. I mean, he can always attack it this way. So if you move the piece out the way, that's the way to attack it. If I can defend it. Okay. Now, if I take here, all right, if I take here and he takes back, what happened is that he's going to have two pawns on the queen side, two in the center, and three this way. Now, is that something I want to, can I deal with it? Is it good for me? Is it a weakness, the D pawn? I mean, it's considered a weak pawn because it's behind this one and it has no pawn next to it that's going to defend it. But it's not really that weak because I can't attack it. I'm going to go anyways because I feel like I might be able to attack it with my bishop. But I'm going to move this pawn up first. Get my pawn storm ready. Looks like he might be trying to pile on my knight. If he kept his knight here and went somewhere else, is there here? No, right here. Yeah, he can't. Okay, I stopped it. I was trying to think of an extra way he can attack my knight besides a queen and bishop. He needs a knight, but I don't see an extra knight move. So I can't go here because then he'll just come down. So this move would be more necessary here. And I have my queen out the way so I can eventually move my knight, which is the whole point of this, on top of preventing him from coming down. Good. So now I can go ahead. If his queen was here, I would have been in a lot of trouble and I couldn't move it out the way. So I almost trapped my knight and I had enough time to maneuver because he was worried about other stuff, like gaining center control. Not that center control is bad. It's just when you have tactics and you can maybe win a piece, you probably should do that first. That's for sure. All right. So if I take and he takes, that would be good for me. He takes, and then I can move my knight. I'm not sure where I want to move it yet. Definitely can't go here or here because of his knights. Now, if I go here, all right, and he takes, I don't have to take off my knight. If I go here and he takes with a bishop, I will be forced to call check. He will go back. I will take here. Even if he called check, my king can move up, so he's good. I'm going to go ahead and do that. It looks a little bit risky, but I like it. Let's go ahead. And I'm getting low on time. I got to start just moving. Oh, his knight's in trouble too. He might be focused on that. Nice pawn chain. That's not going to do anything. My rook is defending it, and I could still move anyways, even if my rook wasn't. He's in trouble. Unless he goes, he can't defend it. So Assuming wherever he goes, I can take the knight. Unless he takes the rook, then obviously take the queen. So I should have this pre-moved and this on the ready. Okay. That's fine too. Out the way. Don't need any shenanigans. None at all. Just move my pawns up and win. So all I gotta do is move my pawns up. That's all I have to do. Nothing else matters, just my pawns. I have 2 extra ones. I play a lot better too when I explain my moves, because I'm making sure that it's fine, so it can be instructive. When I'm not doing that, I don't play so good. I actually play a lot better in tournaments as well. And I think because I'm trying more, because I really want to win, you know. So it kind of makes a big difference. Oops. Oh well, that was a big mistake. I'm gonna lose on time. Yeah. Ah, it was hard though. I'm not used to time scrambles on this thing. I'm used to time scrambles on the phone. I was a little bit off. Oh, I can't do. I don't have the screen sharing for that. Okay, so I can't do the game review on this streaming app like that. It was a different tab. All right, that's fine. All right, so now I know to do time scrambles a little bit better. My perk, my normal perk, opening. That's weak. He shouldn't do that. His bishop is supposed to go here or here. That's like actually not a very good move for him. Definitely not aggressive. I'm gonna close this down. And then I can attack the king side. Even though I cast on king side, I can attack on the king side with this setup. So let's go ahead here and attack. And what do I take with? The queen. Just in case he tries to, yep. So it's double protected that way. When you play the same opening over and over again, you get to see patterns. I know a lot of people say you shouldn't study them or learn them for whatever reason. I really disagree, because you learn patterns, and those patterns are very helpful. Very, very helpful. My bishop is useless. This is the only square I can put it back on, and it's really not doing much. So taking here is just fine. I think I should go up and bring my rook in. Move this up. If he takes, I can bring my rook in. If he attacks with the bishop, the rook is fine. All right, that's fine too. You can trade. If he takes this at all, I can just put my bishop. But I can't because of this bishop. That'd be really bad. Let's go here. The queen's not there, so I'm not worried about this. He moved his queen already. So good for me. He's keeping an eye on this, so I have to be mindful of that. Maybe he'll attack this again. Not entirely sure. This would have been good, but this bishop that I thought was kind of useless is actually preventing me from trying to find a strange tactic, a fork type tactic. Let's see here now. Should the knight move? No, because of the bishop. That bishop got my knights on. Yeah. I don't like this too much, but I don't think it's bad either. Because if he goes up, I can just take here. I mean, he can always go back and attack my. I can call check. He'll move in. My rook will be out the game. I got my queen. That's probably a bad move for Temple. Yeah. Let's see here. I'm not entirely sure. That's 2 attackers on here, not 3. He might try to make it 3 at some point. Let me just go here. I don't like the triple attack against this pawn. Like he's going to be able to do that very soon. Not entirely sure what to do about it. He helped me not worry about it. Thank you. That was very good. And now he can't try to attack it again because my bishop would just take it. I want this way and I want this. We both have isolated pawn. We both have pawn asymmetry in a way. Except for that. How do I justify this? I think here defends the pawn and is a bit central, so I can cover more squares. And it's in a dark square. The bishop can only be in light squares, so I kind of want to avoid light squares if possible. And this right here would have been interesting, because if I would take it and he can take my queen, I'm defending it with my knight, but if I wasn't, that would have been a really nice tactic for him. For sure. If I move up, though, queen takes, bishop takes, and he has 2 extra pawns on this side. Super bad. Super bad. So let's just move into dark squares. It allows the bishop to have some scope of movement to restrict my king, but it also prevents him from having targets against me. Let's go ahead, start moving my pieces in. Not entirely sure where to move them into. That would be something I would understand better if I was more advanced. Something I would be looking into as I get better. I like the idea of coming in here, bring my knight in. I'm not sure where my king should be because I move it up when that may be bad for me. He's attacking that. Centralize it a little bit more. Defending all my stuff, on my dark squares, my bishop. Kind of not really able to attack anything right now. I had to make sure that he doesn't attack anything by keeping stuff in the dark squares if possible. Let's move the king up one. Just to have a little fun, I might start pushing these up. Have some counterplay because has an extra pawn. And if I don't do any counterplay at all, I'm just asking to lose. I'm just being super too passive and just like, hey, you know. He finds a queen. He might take this pawn. He's not taking the pawn. It's not really good for him. Because if we trade queens, he has all my pawns are in dark squares. He can't really do anything. Let me see. If he takes, I take. I can't come in, and this pawn's a passed pawn. So I have to defend this instead, because this passed pawn will be really bad for me. So I have to defend it this way, and then come around, that's perfectly fine. Yeah. Play both sides. That's how you play with bishops. You need to be on both sides. Knights can't go back and forth very easily. So I'm just going to lose this. If I take with a pawn, I'm locked in. If I take this way, once I take up, he probably could run off the board. But I have to try. Because I'm basically lost, so I might as well make the effort to run up the board as well. I mean, what else am I going to do, right? I mean, if you want my king not to have any moves, let's just take all my pawns, man. Take them all. There you go. It's the only move I have. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and play rapid. I have more time. Ten should be good for sure. 10 should be good for sure. All right, so the King's Gambit this time. All right, decline. I don't like the decline. Oh, there it goes. Finally, I don't like decline variations too much. I think they're too It's just, to me, I think it's just too boring. Like, you don't get involved in a King's Gambit for someone to not take it, you know? And that is not how you intend the chess to be. If he takes it, I mean, I had to defend the pawn that I was trying to show. All right. I like the idea of going here to attack the queen, but he can defend it easily, so it's not going to be worth anything right now. All right. Maybe he'll take, maybe he won't. After this, I'm going to stop streaming. My leg is falling asleep the way I'm sitting. Definitely need a small break. If I go here, he takes. I hit the queen. He can easily just start attacking me that way. So, do I allow it? I mean, yeah, I should allow that. Like, why wouldn't I want to allow that? It'd be a bit more fun. You can call it check. Now, if he did that, I would just move my king over. I won't even take it. All right, now I can take here and then bring everything in the game. Basically moves out the way, bring the rook in, the queen somehow in. I'm gonna slowly bring all my pieces in. I guess the rook goes up here first. The queen's gonna go here. And the rook probably here. And then I'm gonna bring my forces upward. That's not very... I can't take. Because if he takes and I take, I just lose my bishop. I just lose it outright. For free. For nothing. Who wants to do that, right? Continue my normal plan. If he takes, I just take my bishop. And I have an extra attack on the king. Which is what I need to be doing is... I can also block this way because he's defended by the queen. I'm thinking too fast. I gotta take my time. If I block, let's say he takes with the pawn. I can hit the queen. I say the queen moves back. I mean, I don't have an actual attack. I don't have a real attack. And I'm thinking about leaving his pawn here because why would I open this up for his rooks, right? So I think about my king back. He doesn't have a light square bishop, so I don't have to worry about this diagonal as much. I mean, he has a queen, but this diagonal is fine. It's not super serious. And this is defended by the queen, so I'm not too worried about it. Now, this is the diagonal. This is what I wanted. He has it. He can go down here, which I don't like. Don't like it at all. Now I'm thinking about going here. If he takes it, not to go here. You can take. I expected that. But I'm gonna have to go this way, because if I go here and he attacks my queen, and my queen out the way, he's just gonna take this for free, this pawn. So if I go here, and he goes here, that allows me to take his pawn instead. So if he goes down here, I can go here, defend the pawn, defend it. I think I have everything defended pretty okay. I wonder how he found me. Like, Bitter Sugar, the guy who played the first game, like he started talking to my chat in the middle of the game, and I'm a little confused. I don't know how he was able. I don't know if I have a link or not on this account. I know I put my YouTube on my the chats, but I wasn't sure if I put it on here or not. All right. Now if I take it, and then he comes in here, it's like, what am I doing, right? So I take with the queen, because then, yeah, just kind of, I think I have to. Pawns. I be losing pawns, man. These pawns be killing me. These pawns be the death of me. I can take his pawn, then he'll call it check. Then I'll go up, and then he'll call it checkmate. Yeah. Let's see. What to do? The rook can come here, defend the pawn. Be a little weird. I don't know. I kind of like it though. As weird as it looks, I like it a little bit. And it is defended, so it's not loose and hanging. It's defending here. This is defended here, and this is defending this, and everything else is defending each other, except for this pawn. So, I need the pawn up on this one. I was hoping to move this pawn up one, so I can attack something, but I guess if I go here and he calls check, I already know I can't go up. That would be very bad. So my bishop can block. Yeah, my bishop can block. My bishop is good for that. And it's defending this pawn. So I'm trading this pawn for this pawn because he could have came down to attack it. Not entirely sure what he's thinking about, but that'd be crazy though. Like I still can't believe that this right here would be checkmate because this is all covered. Like I have to block it, but everything would be covered. And then you got a free pawn here, maybe. All right. I was hoping he was watching because now I can call it check and take his rook. I don't know if he is watching or not, but the other guy was. And I was helping him out by telling him stuff. So I'm not 100% sure if he was watching too, but looks like he might have been. Now if I take this way, he'll take with a check. Let's see here. Let's see here. Well, if I move out the way, the queen can call check this way. I feel like I have to take. He has two choices. There's just too much to calculate for me, so all right. Let's see here. I think the best bet would be to get good with my bishop, you know? They're homies, they're kind of close. They need to be neighbors and protect each other. You can't checkmate with a queen by itself. To defend, he can. Well, he can't take it because the queen, which is fine. If I move him anywhere, she can try to attack it. Let's say I move up. He calls check. Let's pretend he calls check. I can move up. You can try to call check this way. I can move away from the bishop a little bit. He doesn't have a follow-up check after that, does he? You can go over here and call check, and I can block with my queen. Yeah, I kind of cover everything over time. Okay. I'm assuming this is the check. And then I go up here. After this check, I defend. And I don't think he has any more checks after that. Then I can start finding ways to attack. He doesn't really have anything. I mean, he can't even go here because of the queen. So I got most of the checks covered. By centralizing my king, I got most of my check covered. He might defend the pawn too. No, he can't. Well, he can. All right, it's not too bad. Attacking the bishop and the rook. Let's see here. I take the pawn. He takes the rook. Nah, I gotta let him take the bishop. There's no way. I go here. He takes a check. This right here will lose the rook. So I can't take this pawn. So if I go up here and he takes, I can't take this pawn because of the check. So if I go up, and he calls check. And the reason why I like to do this is I want to come in here and call check and force him to move up and be a little weird and stuff. This pawn can make a queen at some point, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Let him take here and then move in and not worry about it. And just push this pawn for a queen. You know? I can't take this pawn, like I said, because he would take the rook. I'm trying to think of what type of endgame will be winning for me. And I think that this will be better because of the pawn. I definitely don't want to take the pawn. What time it is? 1:43. Okay, so almost an hour is good enough for me for where I'm sitting. I don't want to say too much because I don't know if he is watching. I know when I made that one comment about the pawn, he took it thinking it was a good move when it wasn't. So I don't want to say too much because I just don't know. I mean, kind of sucks. I want to explain everything. I like to do that for the streams. But the last guy, he was talking to me in the chat, not in the regular chat, but the chat on Twitch. So it's a little. I have to go here first, block the queen off, because I want to bring this up for a promotion. The queen really has almost nowhere to go. I can easily block his pawn while making mine. That was the reason why I did that. I actually can't explain it after. When he moves the bishop out the way, doesn't matter where he goes, I can attack the pawn. For example, if I go here, he can move the pawn down one, and I can call check. And I can keep my rook over there. All right, just make my own. That was bad on my part. I don't have to pre-move, because if I was watching it and I pre-moved, I would automatically lose the game. So that would not be good for me. Okay. I think I lost, actually, to be honest. I'm gonna have to not do them live and just, you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna just do everything normal. I really just don't. I cannot care. I stopped streaming more than once because of stuff like that. Me caring about stuff like that. And that guy talking to me kind of freaked me out. The bitter sugar earlier on, while I was streaming, talking about everything, explaining everything, he started talking to me, and I realized that he was watching. So, all right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed them and learned something a little bit. I'm gonna have to get going. It's kind of hard to sit where I'm sitting right now. I'm gonna have to find a better chair. But I guess an hour is a good amount of time. All right. Thank you. Enjoy.